Hello, my name is Leo. Welcome back for another episode of Anbennar in EU4 as Zurkanrek. In previous episode, we finally used up the war right that we've had since, I don't know, 20 episodes ago? It's been a while. But yes, we finally did that. We managed to conquer a decent chunk of land from Akutengen, as well as Nekijimud. So yeah, we took a decent bit of land there, and I believe now, if we had enough relations with them, we could start annexing our vassal over here in Marrakech, which would allow us to get another exclave over there. I suppose that would be potential. Ooh. I do wonder if this one's something that we could maybe do a war against. I mean, there's a very good chance that there will be yet another crisis against us soon enough. This time we'll just need to remember to utilize the correct things in the peace deal so the crisis doesn't last forever. Or we'll just use the event again, I suppose that's also a possibility. But overall, we've got... Oh, did we? Yeah, we did empty that one. We've got still one army in the south, which is still kind of guarding the point there. Oh. There's some separatists over there. Oh, right, the centaurs is something that we could probably fight. Now, we don't have... Do we have a Casus Belli against you? No, we don't. Oh, we still have a truce. Okay, well, we could build a spy network against you at least. And then eventually just annex them finally. Because that would allow us to... I mean, I don't know if this is really that valuable. Well, I suppose the resources over there are mostly for ivory. Oh, okay, so you know what? Well, it's probably worthwhile, at least to some degree. Now, we've got a lot of money at this stage. How much do we need for the missions? So we know that the anti-piracy, well, or rather this one. How long do we have the legislative work still? Another 2 years, okay. So once we get that, we can then finally do the mission and then... Oh, I mean, we're going to need a lot of money for that mission, first of all. 20,000. I suppose we could maybe build another manufactory or two. But I don't want to use too much of our cash, just in case. But you know, improving our income is always a good idea. Dirt Rock, or Dirt Hole Rock under attack again. And we already won the battle. They've still got quite a bit of stuff in there. I suppose one thing that I could do is I could attack the natives. Maybe that removes the problems there. Ooh, the commander... Oh, there we go. So, yeah, there's no more natives there. So now this should be safe. And I suppose there is at least one province over there. Another one over here. Delegation. Nah, we don't need to. Can we afford having a larger army by now? Not necessarily. I mean, we could in terms of money for sure, but in terms of force limit, not necessarily. Okay, a bit of claims over here as well. Where is their capital right now? It's over there. Okay. I suppose if we were to take these two and then get this area... Oh, Yukashle did expand in there, okay. So that's what happened. Don't really have all that great relations with our ally here, but oh well. So I could request a war right again. But, well, I suppose we do have... Do you have any allies? You do... Let's have a look. If we were to look at the war, so there would be... Oh, that would be in the war. And then that would be also in the war. We could maybe annex that entirely, and that would give us the well, most of this lake here. There would be a little bit of extra in there that we have to conquer at some point. But that's not something that we can really do right now. Yukashle was smaller. They would be willing to become a vassal. Unfortunately, that's not the case. Right, so we bribe the pirates and we get some money and points. Okay. As per usual. It was kind of a safe option in there. Right, where do we have our fleet? So this is the trade ships and all that. Let's send them there. We've got the fleet over here. Let's send them there. Combine the fleets here. And we should be getting the rest of the fleet in here shortly. New coin. I suppose we'll take the inflation. It does mean that we'll have another 10 years. Right, so over here what we can do is we can probably get rid of some of these extra transports. I think 40 will be more than plenty. And then we've got some light ships. First of all, let's upgrade the ships. It's a decent bit of money. That's alright. And then if we separate the light ships over here, they are now upgrading already. But we could maybe build up this one to be at least 5 ships total. There's a bit of fighting there. Oh, right, actually. Let's give you some orders to do some rebel suppression down here. And similarly, I suppose this one could be doing the rebel suppression from the north. Or northeast, rather. And did we bring in any armor? Right, so we've got one over there. One over there. One over here. So, I think we're missing one army. Oh, right, we've got a black flag armor here. Right, let's just send you back across the straits there. Is there any more force that we need to upgrade in here? I mean, that is already building something, so it cannot be upgraded. Over here, if we were to build a fort there, it might actually be a pretty good location overall to sort of protect this entire pass. Once again, I mean, we've got already one castle or fortification over there. Having another one probably doesn't hurt. So, do we still have truce with you? No, we don't. Does my vassal have any claims? Oh, they've got permanent claims. And they're not too strong overall. So we could utilize that. I mean, we've got one army in here. Now that we destroyed the rebellion, it's probably slightly easier. And I could probably take the port over there. While giving the sort of... Actually, let's have a look at the areas. Or regions. So yeah, I suppose we're going to leave this mountainous area over here as the border. So I'll be taking a sort of far Salahad for myself. And then Rayhan Ghost will be given to our march. That could be quite useful. Also sort of fairly easy border to work with. Right, I suppose we got a little bit of a unrest problem in here. Because it's... well, it's not too... ooh, okay, there's a lot of them. Various areas that are somewhat rebelling. Ooh. 1,600 crowns for a total of 6 base tax. Merchants get a little bit of influence, but you know what? I'm okay with that. It might mean that we won't be able to do the mission immediately over here as soon as it's available. Well, actually, no. Still got the money. Well, let's just keep that going then. And there we go. We've got the rebellion done. Bandits? Oh no. Well, that's a small sellsword, and we got the sellsword situation under control for the most part. Or rather, we've had the sellswords in use for a long while here. Now, if we were to get... oh, you are actually Yugoslav. Interesting, on the other hand. If we were to do a war against Bozgukaila, and at least take this forest province there, so that once we annex our vassals, speaking of which, how's the relations with them? 160. So if we were to do... or did we already... we've done the influence nation. We could give them a gift. I mean, how's the relations? There's still more room for improvement there. So I guess it will be okay. There we go, there's one core done. So overextension is only 76%, although in a few months it will be completely over. There we go, there's a few more. Then we got another 7. It will be done, but we got 45% overextension now. So the penalties from that are already dropping drastically. I mean, there's still a decent bit of unrest coming in from there and all that, and trade power abroad and all that are... oh, that's slower. Okay, yeah, there's where the income went. Partially, at least. And there we go, all coring done. 270 monthly income. This is not bad at all. Right, so I believe in about 2 months we should be able to get the next mission done. Make that about a month. That's going to increase the power cost a little bit and cost us 20,000 crowns. But then we can maybe get to here. Merchants leaving. Oh no. That is bad. Oh, so the next admin tech, which we're still waiting to get. Right, so there's a lot of money. Over here, we just need to get the legislative work modifier to expire again. Which I suppose it's from here, is it not? So it might take a while. Yeah, it's gonna be taking another 7 years. But once we do get that, we will be able to get to the Cronin administration and then Federation needs and all the other stuff in here. To eventually, maybe, write out the Constitution. Right, so now that we've got a lot of money, let's just go ahead and... Or we don't need quite as much money for a mission right this moment. We'll just build up a few of these manufacturers again. Hopefully get a lot of money that way. Right, but we do also have the army over here ready to move. I suppose it might be time for us to do the war here. They got some allies, but it's not too bad. And I suppose Nasavan is going to be the war goal, because our army is right next to it. I think this is going to be a small enough war that we can just, you know, step right in and start sieging Goblin refugees. Alright, we'll let them in. So there's the siege going over there. I suppose in that case, we can give control of that. Siege down. Oh, that's where they got stuff as well. At least they were trying to... Oh, that gave us... Oh, hold on a minute. That gave us a lot of knowledge out of there without us having to go in there ourselves. Which, honestly, that's really nice. Right, so let's give that control to our vassal again, and let's move in here. I can do some of the sieging, at least. Oh, well, let me get into the fort there. And then this one. Gonna switch hands. So, I don't know about this. How does that... So that is still part of the... Okay, so that's the different region, but that is also... We can see that it's different state between these. Okay, so we can give this one to our vassal, but the areas within the mountains is probably going to be something that we'll have to take ourselves. That's another conversion completed. Excellent. Still... Okay, we've got 80% unity, so it's not too bad. Current separatists, so there is a lot of separatists still, but it's down to 22,000 men total. So it's not quite as bad as it used to be. Oh, and there we go. Our vassal over here. Well, I suppose I can't... Well, that's occupied by the command. Oh, right. Command is indeed fighting here. Right, then. Oh, they've got... Oh, hold on a minute. Where do we have another army? We don't really have another army over here other than the one that is doing the rebel suppression. So I suppose what we'll do is we'll take this one and transport the army from there down south. Well, this is not really that bad yet. Oh, command wants to go through my lands. I suppose that's acceptable. Hopefully we can get the fort. Oh, right, they're moving back in here. Okay, there we go. So this one, I can still give our vassal. Sending a delegation. You know what? This time we are going to send a delegation. Right, so we only got 10% war score. But they would already give us a little bit of land. We can't really take any of that. But they're not really willing to take the... or give the fort to us yet. Everything else but the fort on those 4 provinces they would be willing to give. Oh, there's a lot of armies that they're building up here. Right, so did we get the transports in? Yes, we did. Okay, let's just transport this one over. There we go, and then I suppose this one can be sent all the way down south to clear out the colony again, so it can grow once more. Although it's very likely that this army will be arriving there almost at the same time. Oh no, we lost a leader. Oh, it was this leader as well. Well, that's a bit unfortunate. Like, all the leaders are dying now. Alright then, well, at least we got one new general. I suppose that also... Oh! Oh, right, the colonists, of course, would be from here. I just realised that we got the colonists available again, and that kind of makes sense why it would be available. Alright, we can just... Oh! Okay, they've got a bit of troops in here. They're still not willing to give the fort over here for us in the peace deal. They got... Oh, right, that's their allies' army, not their army. Right, let's just send an army there to clear that one. We can send in the colonists there once again. Hopefully. Now, we don't know about the rest of these, so it's not really that useful for us quite yet. There we go, that's been sieged down. If we can... We could probably beat the army here. We've got the defensive terrain, we've got more cannons, and we've got probably better quality troops as well. So, I mean, actually, yeah, the casualties were a bit more for them than for us. Oh, we're pretty close to the peace deal. Let's get the admin tech finally so we can get another idea group. Let's actually consider, we've got already 3 military, so we can't take another military. I suppose we could go for the maritime ideas. We'll go for that one. We're going to already start getting some of the tech, or the ideas from there, including more sailors and marines, although we haven't really used the marines, at least not this run. Because it really hasn't been that much needed. Right, let's move in one of these armies to the north again, and I think they might be willing to take the peace deal soon. There we go. We'll leave them within the mountains still, but at least if we can get a little bit more land over here for our vassal, that would be probably a smart idea. Did we ever build up the... Oh yes, we did. Right, well, I suppose we'll move it over there. I know that this one's got at least a very, very good supply limit. And now Blackstep wants to go through my lands, alright. But there we go, we managed to expand the territories of our vassal, so that's definitely good news for us. We managed to get a bit of a spy network within the centaurs. So, oh, and we don't have a truce with them anymore. Alright then, let's send in the army that we send north to go all the way up here. Get ready for another war. Oh, there we go. We've finally got the dirt hole rock fully colonized. I suppose in the meanwhile, do I want to make this into another... I suppose we could make it another trade company area. But of course we can't send it over there right now. I suppose what we could do... go ahead and start colonizing more lands down here in the meanwhile. Increase the development at least to some degree. So now that that is underway, we could request war rights again, although I suppose we've got a lot of mill points actually. Right, well let's go ahead and do some developing then, shall we? There we go, so that's at least a little bit more development. How much do we have total development? 1857, that's probably not entirely true. Okay, 1804. That's a pretty decent amount, admittedly. Also, we've been, you know, expanding our stuff a lot as well. Sure, we can probably influence our march over there. Now that that's underway, I suppose it might be time to figure out if we were to take the... Ah, right, we've got pretty rough relations with you. What about you? Who are you allied to? So there's that one, and that one. There's also someone else, but I'm not entirely sure who that is. Oh, it is that one, okay. Now, I don't have a claim on you directly, but I suppose I could build up a claim there. Because that would allow us to do a war against our own ally over here, which we don't have all that great relation with. Magic Missile Deployer. The first spell any mage studying evocation learns is the basic magic missile. It is the bread and butter, the bane of darkness, in goblin diorite or even orcish form. These form of mobile artillery are somewhat clunky and complicated, but can spew unguarded magic missiles in a form that can take out dozen infantrymen in mere seconds. Offers can no longer be charged and broken, and who dare would simply run into a storm of spell power. With the firepower of more than 100 novice mages combined into a single weapon, we have transformed a nigh cantrip into a true weapon of war. Interesting, so let's have a look at that. What does it do? Movement speed minus 10%, shock damage received minus 10%. Ah, right, so artifice capacity. Oh, we've got 91% crown lands right now. I mean, suppose we've done a lot of developing as well. That does reduce the autonomy to some degree, among other things. Suppose we don't need the spy network in Aku Tengen right now. We've got a claim on them already. Traveling minstrel. I suppose we could get the admin points from that. The trial. Ooh. You know what? I'm going to take the tradition, actually. So, ship repair and sailor maintenance is going to be the next one from the maritime islands. Oh. Adventurers defeat goblins. Huzzah. And now we can go ahead and upgrade this one more time. So that is going to be another 20 trade power plus trade value modifier increase from 25 to 33%. And global trade power goes to 5% increase, or from 3 to 5% from that. So yeah, that's pretty decent. Goblin refugees, once again. So have we figured out anything? No, we don't know about those yet. And our vessel is... How much do they have armies? They got 8,000 men, so it's not quite as large of an army as I was hoping for. Let's do some rebel suppression down here in the south in the meanwhile. We can probably give a bit of a hand to our vessel as well. But there we go, that's at least some stuff done there. How soon can we do another mission? I suppose it's another 5 years, isn't it? To get the Federation observers. Centaur migrants from Aku Tengen. Right, so the war against the Centaurs was the next thing on the to-do list, was it not? This should be a fairly easy war. We'll send in an army in here. We could probably split the army, actually. They one half to do the sieging, while the other one goes and hunts down. Oh wait, no. I wanted to split it in half, not just a little bit. Oh well, that was a quick siege. But it should be enough to, hopefully, annex the entirety of them. Right, so at this stage we got quite a bit of Republican tradition. What is the leaders? Ooh, diplomatic rotation is actually a pretty decent thing to have. So I suppose I could really, we just had the extra tradition from the event. So I suppose that'll do. There we go, so that's one more. Oh, right, a vessel is. Oh, and speaking of vessel, we can probably start annexing them after this war. Let's figure out, would they be willing to take the peace deal, and how much can I take? Can I annex them fully? Seems like a yes, but they would not accept that quite yet. Need to get a little bit more war score first. We can get the maritime ideas progressing a bit further now. First we can combine the troops there, regardless. But I have a feeling that, oh, well, I suppose we can just get the troops already. I'm going to bring it a little bit or the army back a little bit, and then let's start coring. And there we go. We actually control the wasteland there now. I think that's the first wasteland that we control. Come to think of it. But there we go, that's yet another quick war done. And there's no more Centaur nations in here, at least right here. There might be still... Actually, is this one that is ogres? So no, that's not Centaurs. I do wonder if there's going to be yet another crisis about us being a bit too strong. Or not. I mean, we might be too strong to be too strong. And we're just, you know, extra strong. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a bit more manufacturers again. For that sweet, sweet income. Now, I might not want to use those on the grain provinces. But a lot of the others, we could probably still do it. That's a decent bit of money used. And I suppose... Oh, right, shipyards. Got one over there. Another one over here. And I suppose we could also build up the shipyards down here. Speaking of shipyards and ships, we could probably also increase this one to be a 10 light ship, and then we can probably start using it somewhere. We've got plenty of mill points, that's for sure. But our total income is actually somewhat reduced. I suppose that might be just down to the fact that our advisors aren't quite as much income related anymore. I'm going to take the missionary strength advisor, actually. Might need to give it a few levels, but that's alright, we've got the money. We could make it to level 4 already. But the faster we can convert provinces, the better for us it will be. Oh, we're finally getting the stuff over here. Did we ever... Oh, they are part of the state. Right, so we've got the Colonialism Casabelli, alright. Bit of revolt over here, I suppose. Oh yeah, you're gonna take care of it. Good. There we go. There's one problem done. Or dealt with. So that's building frigates. I suppose the flagship fleet over here, I'm gonna get a few more heavy ships there. And I suppose we also got the 20 heavy ship one, or 15 right now. We can turn this into a 20 heavy ship fleet. Oh, that reminds me, Marrakech, we should probably start annexing you. It's only going to be 2 per month right now, so our diplomatic reputation does leave a little bit to be decided, but oh well. At least we are pretty strong at this stage. Let's actually have a look at the ledger a little bit. So in terms of armies, but not the largest army by long shot. Varamhar, I believe it's the Sun Elves over here are a lot stronger. Although they do have 100,000 men mercenaries, so it's not quite as massive, but it's still pretty big. What about economy in terms of total income? Oh, the elves do beat us a little bit. It's not a massive difference, but it is a difference. I suppose there might also be some workshops that we could build. Oh, yeah, there's definitely some pretty good workshops to be built. At least a few of them. Get at least a little bit more infantry over here. So slowly upgrading this into 30,000 men army. Although I suppose, oh, we did get the conscription centers, did we not? So if we were to just upgrade a lot of these, we can probably get up to 200,000 men army total already. Ah, there goes all the money. Right, well, we'll get more soon enough. There we go. Oh, hot on the ocean. That's 30,000. Say, oh, full on mill points. Okay then. Oh, did I never gave you orders again to. Wait, no, we've got one over there that is doing the rebel suppression already. Well, I might switch it so that you will be getting rid of the rebellions over there, and you will just ignore that area, I suppose, and focus down south in the meanwhile. Right, but first of all, we're going to do a bit of developing, and also realize that we are pretty much over time already. Also, have we captured any centers of trade recently? None over here. What about over here? No, not there, and not here. So in the recent wars, unless, well, I suppose that one. But since I don't own the province, I can't do that. And now I could actually go ahead and just recall the diplomat from there, and I can send it in, but that's going to have to wait until the next episode, because we are definitely out of time for this one now. So if you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe if you haven't already. Also got the links down below in the description, but other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye bye.